Good morning, students. I hope you're all healthy and safe and you are utilizing this lockdown period in the best way you can. In our previous class, we started with the topic of nouns, and I hope you've all understood everything that I tried to explain. Today, we will complete this topic, so please pay attention for the next few minutes. But before we start at today's class, let's do a quick revision. What is a noun? A noun is a word that is used to name a person, place, thing, or a feeling. We can also call them as naming words. Now let's proceed to the examples. For example, Sheetal, Rinki, Raj. These are the names of people, names of places, Taj Mahal, Chandigarh, etc. Names of animals like dogs, cats, snakes, etc. Like things, pencil, chair, etc. Feelings, we can name a few feelings like anxiety, anger, love, etc. So these are the examples. And now when we proceed towards the type of nouns, we've read there are 8 type of nouns, namely proper noun, common noun, concrete noun, abstract noun, collective noun, compound noun, countable noun, and uncountable nouns. We've already done the first 4 type of nouns, that is common noun, proper noun, concrete noun, and abstract noun. Now we'll start today with the other 4. Let's start with the collective nouns. As the name itself suggests, collective nouns are used to mean a group of. For example, instead of saying a group of books, we say a library of books or a bundle of books, or instead of saying a group of flowers, we say a bunch of flowers. Now let us look at the exact definition. A collective noun is used to name a group of places, animals, persons, or things as a unit. They are used to describe a group of the same things. For example, audience, crowd, team, etc. Now let us look at a few examples of the collective nouns. An army of soldiers, a team of football players, a band of musicians, a swarm of bees or insects, a flock of sheep or birds or goats, a pack of cards, wolves, thieves, a school of fish, dolphins, whales, a parliament of owls, etc. So, all these words, that is army, team, band, swarm, flock, pack, school, parliament, these all are the different compound nouns that we use in our day to day lives. Now, it is important to note that collective nouns like majority, staff, crew, crowd, and family, etc., are nouns that denote a collection of persons, animals, or things. They are regarded as a single unit. Okay, for example, the staff of this school or this hospital is hardworking. We will never use the staff of this school or hospital are hardworking, even though there are a number of people involved. Now let's see the next example, that is every family has a different set of rules and regulations. Here also, even though a family comprises of a number of people, we regard it as a single unit only. Now, after collective nouns, we have compound nouns. But before we start with the compound nouns, let us look at the definition of the word compound. A compound is a thing that is composed of 2 or more separate elements. Likewise, a compound noun is a noun where 2 or more words are joined to form a noun. For example, flower plus pot becomes flower pot. Now let's read the exact definition. A compound noun is formed when 2 words are combined to make a completely new word. This means that the meaning of the new word must be significantly different than either of its parts individually. For example, a hot dog or hot dog, that is a type of sausage, typically eaten on a bun. It may be hot, but it's certainly not a dog. The combination of these 2 words means something entirely different than the mere combination of the adjective hot and the noun dog, which would refer to an overheated, panting canine. So, here we can see that the meaning of the words put together to form a new word are significantly or totally different than the meaning of the new formed word. Now, we're always faced with the questions like how the compound nouns are formed. So, there are three ways in which compound nouns can be formed. The first way is the closed form, the second is the hyphenated form, and the third is the open form. Let's look at the first one, closed form. These compound nouns simply push two words together to form a single word, and they have no additional punctuation or space between them. For example, softball. If we see soft and ball, these are two different words, but together they've been pushed to form an entirely different word. Next, redhead. Third, makeup. And next, keyboard, etc. Second, we have the hyphenated form. These are the compound nouns that connect two or more words with one or more hyphens between them. So they are connected with the hyphens. For example, six pack, 5-year-old, son-in-law, mother-in-law. So these are the different hyphenated form of compound nouns. Now last we have the open form of compound nouns. So these are the compound nouns that function as one unique word. Okay, so these are written as two or more separate words. They have a space between them. That is why they are known as open form. And so we can give the examples like post office, middle class, and attorney general, etc. Now, after compound nouns, we have countable nouns. Now, as the name itself suggests, countable nouns are for the things that we can count using the numbers. They have a singular and a plural form. The singular form can use the determiners a or an. Now, look at the explanation part. The countable nouns are the nouns that can be counted. For example, books, tables, apples, etc. These are all the countable nouns. These can be singular or plural. For example, we can say one book, we can say two books, or we can even say 10 books, 50 books, 100 books, etc. And also we can use articles before countable nouns. For example, for books we can say a book, an apple, a table, a chair, a pen, an umbrella, etc. Now, it is important to note that when we ask a question regarding a countable noun, we always use the word how many. For example, how many books, how many apples, how many teachers, how many umbrellas, etc. Now, it is also important to note that we can use the indefinite articles a and an with the countable nouns. For example, a dog is an animal. When a countable noun is singular, we must use a word like a, the, my, this with it. We can use these words. For example, I want an orange. We don't say I want orange. We say I want an orange, or where is my bottle, or not where is bottle. We always use these few words before these nouns. It is also important to note that when a countable noun is plural, we can use it all alone. For example, I like oranges. So here we will not use the article "an" with it. Okay, and also this second example, bottles can break. We won't say my bottles can break. We can simply say bottles can break. Also, there are certain times when we are not sure about the exact quantity of the countable nouns. So here are some words that we can use. We can use the words like some, any, few, many with the countable nouns. Now let's look at some examples. I've got some dollars. Have you got any pens? I've got a few dollars. I haven't got many pens, etc. So these are the few words that can be used with the countable nouns when we are not sure about the exact number of the countable nouns that we are talking about. Now let's move to the another type of nouns, that is the uncountable nouns. As the name itself suggests, the uncountable nouns are the type of nouns that cannot be counted. Let's now read the definition. As the name suggests, uncountable nouns are the nouns that cannot be counted or divided individually, but they can be measured. For example, 1 liter of milk, 1 kilogram of sugar, etc. In these examples, milk and sugar are the uncountable nouns, while liter and kilogram are their measuring units respectively. Now let us see a few words which are called as measure words which can be used with uncountable nouns. For example, a bag of flour or rice or gold dust, a bar of chocolate or gold or soap, a bottle of coke or milk or water or soda, a bowl of cereal or rice or soup, a box of cereal or paper, a can of cream or meat or tuna, a carton of ice cream or orange juice or milk, a cup of hot chocolate or coffee or tea, a drop of blood or oil or water, a glass of juice or water, a grain of rice or sand or truth, a jar of honey or jam or peanut butter, etc. So these words, that is bag, bar, bottle, bowl, box, can, carton, cup, drop, glass, grain, jar, etc. These are the words that are the measure words and they are used with the uncountable nouns. Now it is important to note that there are no singular and plural forms for uncountable nouns. While asking the questions regarding the uncountable nouns, we always use how much. For example, how much milk do you want? How much sugar should I get from the market? Also, we do not use the articles a or an with the uncountable nouns. We use words like some, little, less, least, much, etc. Here are a few examples. Some milk, less food, little time, much pleasure, much sleep, etc. So we complete our nouns series over here. I hope you've all understood the concept of nouns. In case of any questions or doubts, you can mail them at the given mail ID or comment down here. I'll be back with another learning video. Till then, take care, stay home and stay safe, and thank you for watching.